Hey guys, it's Lisa. All right, so today I'm going to show you how to remove the date and this metadata that appears right below the title of your post. So there are several ways to do this. The first way is to try a plugin. You guys know, anytime you want to do something with WordPress, you always look to see if there's a plugin first. Now, plugins can be great, but the problem is sometimes they aren't updated. So, for example, look at this. It hasn't been updated since 2012. January 2012. So who knows how many themes this is going to work on. And that's the other thing. They may not work with all themes. Try it, but if it doesn't work, then you can try some of the other options I'm going to talk about in this video. The other option is to look over in your dashboard, and if your theme has a menu just for the theme settings, check there, because a lot of themes will allow you to make these kinds of changes from the theme settings. I know Thesis 1.0 has that option, and there's some other, particularly the premium ones. So check there as well. Now, the third option is the option that most of you guys are going to have to use. And if you use Genesis, hang in there, because I have a much easier way for the Genesis theme users. But for everyone else, where the other options won't work, you can do this. Go to Appearance, Editor, and you're going to look through your template files over here on the right, and you're looking for something called single.php or single post. If you're using a child theme, you might have to select your main parent theme up here, because you might not see all the files down here. So let's click the single post, and we're going to open it up. Now we're going to do a Control Find, Control F or Command F for date. And right here you can see this is the line for the date, the part that I have highlighted. Now the code might not look exactly like this on your theme, but it's going to be something very similar to this. So right above this though, you can see posted by and then author. This is the author's name. So if you want to remove the date and the author, you would remove this. Okay, but what I'm going to do, because I'm a little bit familiar with the code here, I can see that all the post data goes from here all the way down to here. So I'm just going to take all of that out. And now I'm going to save it. Now, as you can see, the date's gone. Now, if I wanted to leave the author in, I could have left that line in there for the author. You get my drift. But I was just trying to give you guys an idea of how this works. Now, if your date appears in other sections of your blog, like on your home page, then you may have to edit other templates. You might have to go to like the index.php or the home.php, I think it is, or archives.php, depending on where it shows up. And you'll have to edit those using that same kind of formula. The other thing I wanted to mention too, before you make these changes, I know this scares a lot of people. Just do a Control A or Command A and copy this code and put it in Notepad and save it somewhere. That way, if you screw something up, your blog is not ruined, you know. The other option is to use InstantWP, which is what I'm using right now. It's a local Windows version of WordPress, so you can test everything from your computer. Okay, now for my Genesis users, and this works for all Genesis themes, the main Genesis theme, any child theme that you might use, like I use the lifestyle theme. Here is the metadata right here, and there's actually a plugin, and I didn't even know a plugin existed. Here I am Googling things, getting code, pasting it into the functions file, and there's a simple, easy to use plugin that will let you customize what is here. It's very cool. So let's go to plugins, and then we're going to add new, and we're going to search for Genesis Simple Edits. And I've already installed it, so if you haven't installed it, you'll need to install and activate it. So now this plugin can be found under the Genesis tab. So you're going to go to Genesis Simple Edits, and voila! This is all you need. Check this out. So if you want to take the date out, you just take this part out. If you want to take the by, whatever your name is, out, you would remove this. If you want to take out the number of comments you have, you would remove this. And if you want to customize this further, they even gave you the short codes. So If you want to put the tags that you used in your byline, you would just copy this and paste it up here. You can choose from any one of these short codes to populate the post info. How incredibly cool is that? So let's say I wanted my byline to read the category the post is in and how many comments. So I would leave the comments information here, as well as the edit link. I like having the edit link right on the page. So I'm going to take this part out because I don't want the date or the author name, and I want the category. So I'm going to copy this. I hate that Instant WordPress makes you use IE. This is ridiculous. I need to switch over to Chrome. So let me save the settings. And now let's go back to our post and see what our byline looks like. See there? So there we have filed under the category and then the number of comments. Now, why this is not all on one line, I guess it has to do with how this theme is set up. I don't know, because on my blog it looks a lot better. Let me show you. So I just added this to my blog and it says filed under, and it has the categories and then the number of comments. So the date is gone, the author name is gone. So now, thanks to this plugin, I can pretty much customize this information. The other thing you can customize with this plugin is what is shown at the bottom of your post. You know, if you're using Genesis, it tells the reader what category the post is in at the end of the post. If you don't want any of that to show or your tags to show, you can just take this all out and it won't show anything. You can change the footer back to top link. You can even change your footer credits right here, your footer output. All of this can be updated right from this plugin. Got to love Genesis. So that should just about cover everyone. So you either got your plugin, you can go to your settings in your individual theme, you can go to Appearance Editor and do it manually. Just please remember to save your code before you make any edits. Or if you're a Genesis user, you can install the plugin called Genesis Simple Edits. Gotta love it. I'll put all the links in the description for you guys. So thanks for watching. Bye-bye.